it away and then goes and scores a touchdown on that drive. Like it's just like wow, like what happens in that moment is just it's tough. But you gotta take your hat off. Kyler Murray played a heck of a game.
What's it like trying to corral a quarterback like Kyler Murray with his elusiveness back there?
I mean, it's tough. He's up there. Best in the business. Making guys miss, and I mean we had a lot of opportunities on him. A lot of guys. Unblocked, getting to him, and he just makes a guy miss and throws the ball away. And I mean, those are hidden yardage. I mean, those are big plays, especially when it comes to momentum and the way the flow of the ball game goes. Those plays you make them, it's a whole different ball game. And too many times, and I think just, we got in a situation where they kind of run past, and they ran the ball well late, in that last drive, and it's heartbreaking, and then just. That last play, that Kyler did to get that third down, third and four, whatever. I mean, he's gonna keep the ball. It's just like, man, like just inches. He gave him inches. He just made a heck of a play. You got to take your hat off to him. Great ball game.
As you watch Tua play, not just from a football perspective, but also keeping in mind the bigger picture, everything that's going on, what goes through your mind as you watch that today?
He played a heck of a ball game. Tua played a heck of a ball game. He got his chance to win, and it was fun to watch. Now he's scrambling for that first down on 39 in the red zone. You're like, slide. Don't try to get no courage there, but, I mean, he's smart. He knows, to don't take unnecessary risks, but, I mean, he's a phenomenal quarterback. It's different when he's out there, and I mean, it's good to see him out there. And, I mean, he played a great ball game. It hurts that we didn't win this ball game, and especially for him, but for all of us, just because where we're at as a team. But, I mean, as long as there's life left, we're going to fight. I still believe this team has everything it takes to win, and hopefully we're building character. Obviously, it doesn't really matter until you do something with it, say all the right stuff, but none of it really matters. It just comes down to, believing, fighting, and, hopefully executing and, getting back in this thing,
How do you think the impact of some key players due to injury, Jalen, Bradley, Zach, Javon, Cater, others, how do you think that impact the result?
I mean, you lose players, it's tough, You lose players, it's tough, I don't know exactly what happened to the guys, just kind of like, you're in a full speed thick of things, and things just kind of happen, and you realize guys not out there no more. But it's not like there's a big announcement or anything like that, But I noticed that 8 wasn't out there, and I mean, he's a tone setter, he's a big time player for us, and so that was a big loss. I mean, I don't even know how many. You gave me more information just now. I didn't even realize, But I mean, it's kind of like do your job and farm your own land, and make sure I'm on point. But I mean, anytime you lose guys, it makes it tough. I mean, it just changes things. Communication and just flow and rhythm and rapport, all that stuff matters. And so I mean, Zach not being out there is huge. I mean, and guys stepped up and played well in his absence, but it's just a difference when you have the rapport and that connection. I think that especially in the pass rush game and stuff like that. I mean, he's just such a force. But Hand played great. You got. I mean, I feel like we had opportunities to win the ball game. We just didn't.
What were your thoughts on Marvin Harrison saving for the first time?
He made some big time catches. I mean, 2 really big ones on the sideline. One for the touchdown, the one that they reviewed, and I mean, those are huge plays. And then it was tough balls. Kyler gave him opportunity, and he made the catches. I mean, great players in this league all around, and he's another one, good young player that is probably going to be really good in this league for a long time to come as long as he stays healthy. And, I mean, as a football fan, I admire, talent and greatness, and I like to see guys develop, but it sure hurts when they do it to you. Sure hurts when they make big plays against us, so it is what it is.
What were some of the issues of covering the tight end, Trey McBride?
I mean, I think he just, we had good coverage on him. He just made plays, And, I mean, they do a good job of finding ways to get him the ball in space and stuff. A lot of times it's deep to short, and they'll take the check down to him, and then he makes guys miss because he's a great athlete, but another great player, I mean, talented as could be, and so, I mean, it's just football, you go back and forth, but, they made enough plays to win, we didn't, and I feel like we got great players, and we could win this ball game the majority of the time, especially the way the game went. I mean, this is our game, probably 9 or 10 times, but, I mean, we're rolling, we got momentum, and then, I think, safety, touchdown, I mean, the ball game changes,
You're obviously a leader on this team, and I feel like you touched on it a little bit earlier, but what do you tell other guys on this team as you guys are now 2-5?
I mean, to fight, you know, to stay the course, stay together. You know, at the end of the day, nobody's gonna come and, you know, get us out of this hole. You know, it's just us. Ain't nobody coming to save the day. It's us going out there and fighting, playing for 60 minutes, preparing the best we can, and leaving it all out there, you know, on the football field. You know, I think the belief in knowing that, like, if we put the work in, it's going to pay off. If we sacrifice, it's going to pay off. That's the ball game. That's the season. That's what everything's about. You know, we have so many players that are capable of making plays to help us win ball games. But we got to believe, we got to stay focused, and we got to keep putting the work in. And eventually the tide has to turn.
All right. Thank you, Calais.
Thank you.